sheer audacity of a software developer releasing a professional-grade workstation that fits inside a tiny 15-megabyte file is enough to make any digital artist stop in their tracks. We are talking about a program smaller than a single uncompressed audio track. It manages to compete with the absolute heavyweights of the industry. On one side of the ring, you have the sleek, polished powerhouse that is the Apple flagship audio software. It costs a flat $200. On the other, there is a $60 underdog that runs on virtually any operating system you can throw at it. The debate between these two tools has fueled internet forum wars for over a decade. Yet, the answer to which one is better remains surprisingly elusive. It comes down to a fundamental clash of philosophies. Apple wants to give you everything in a single, beautiful box. When you pay that $200, you are buying an entire warehouse of sound. You get world-class virtual drummers. You get synthesizers that would cost thousands as standalone hardware. You get a library of loops that could keep a producer busy for a lifetime. It is the ultimate solution for someone who just wants to sit down, hit record, and have a radio-ready sound. You never even have to touch a configuration menu. But there is a massive catch that everyone knows but rarely admits is a problem. You are married to that specific ecosystem for life. If you want to switch to a different computer or collaborate with a friend on a different platform, you are essentially stuck. Then you look at the competitor, that tiny 15-megabyte wonder. It runs on Windows. It runs on Mac. It even runs on Linux. It is a skeleton. When you first open it, there are no flashy buttons or colorful instruments staring back at you. It is a blank canvas. You have to build your own toolkit from the ground up. You find your own plugins. You map your own shortcuts. This is the playground for the obsessive tinkerer and the high-level sound designer. It allows for deep automation and scripting that can handle thousands of files at once with a single click. The pricing structure is even more bizarre. The license is $60, yet the trial version never actually stops working. There are no watermarks or disabled features when the timer runs out. The developers rely entirely on your conscience to pay them. It is an honor system in an industry built on strict digital locks. If you are a songwriter who values speed and a massive internal library, the Apple route is a steal. You get a professional studio in a box for a one-time fee. But if you are a technical wizard who wants to control every single pixel of the interface, the $60 alternative is unmatched. You need a tool that travels across any machine. It is not about which software is superior in a vacuum. It is about how you think and how you create. One is a luxury car with every feature pre-installed. The other is a high-performance engine that you have to build a chassis around yourself. Both can win awards. Both can top the charts. The real cost is not just the price on the tag. It is the time you spend learning the workflow that matches your brain. Keep questioning the marketing. Find the tool that actually disappears so you can focus on the music. Stay savage out there.